may begin.
I want you to nod your head if you agree with me. Have you ever been on Facebook on your timeline and you see a picture of a beautiful model and then you feel bad with yourself? You're not alone in this one. New York City Girls Campaign says that 40 to 70% of girls over the age of 10 have self-esteem issues based on their appearance. Today I'm going to talk about why this is important for you and how not to let it happen. I'm going to talk to you about what self-esteem is, how social media affects it, real life examples, and what you do with it, and what you do to not let it happen to you. Self-esteem is defined by Google as the confidence on one's own worth or abilities, self-respect. How will you define yours? It can be hard to have a good self-esteem. The article Journal of Research in Adolescence was written by a group of psychologists that made an experiment on girls on the ages 11 to 16 to see how social media affected their self-esteem. More than 40% claimed that after looking at magazines and pictures, they wanted to lose weight. And more than 70% believed that they wanted to look like them. If you look at your handouts, you can see how these images are fake. Or probably not fake, but alterated. And then we see the pictures that are alterated, and we wish that we looked like that. But they don't even look like that themselves. If you could put your hand out away for now. Thank you. This is not a problem just for girls. There are also boys that feel bad about themselves because they're either too big or they're too skinny. This is usually worse for kids that are skinnier because the image that social media puts on us of how guys should look is being muscly. And they think that if they're not muscly, then they don't look good, which is not true. Social media doesn't influence us just in the way the picture, not just in the pictures that we look at. It also affects us by the comments that we see that people do about people that look like us. Maybe they have a similar body type to us, and then we see that other people are being rude to them. Or maybe they even do these comments to ourselves. We post a picture and then we hear people saying stuff about how we look in that picture. That affects our self-esteem. You might have heard of Wentworth Miller from Prison Break, or Cara Delevingne, who is a famous model, or I should say ex-model. But first I'm going to talk about Wentworth Miller. He told USA Today, which is a newspaper that has been in place since 1982, that after seeing a funny meme of him online making fun of his body type, he got into a deep depression and he had suicidal thoughts. And then Cara Delevingne told E! Online from the TV channel E! that she was gonna quit modeling because modeling had ruined her life, and I quote that. Because the standards that she had to meet were not possible, and they were making her not feel good about herself. How would you feel if they take a picture of you and they completely change it for you to look good? You won't feel good because they're pretty much implying that you don't look good by yourself. You need help to look good. This can happen to anyone. How do we let this not happen? It's proved that if you spend less time in the social media, then you're even gonna have a better attitude. You can find this in the article called Another Time Point, a Different Story, 1 year effects of social media intervention of attitudes on young people towards mental health issues by James D. Livingston, Michelle Sinfern, Kimberly Korf-Ozan, and Connie Coligno. This is a group of psychologists from England. So what they did is they put a bunch of teenagers in an experiment for a whole year to spend less time in social media. And they claimed to have a better attitude against themselves than before. So how can we spend less time online? Well, there are several things that you can do. You can go outside with your friends. You can go take a walk instead of being in the computer the whole afternoon. You can read a book. You can take extra classes. You can practice a sport. And if you do spend time in the social media, then you should not feel bad about yourself looking at these pictures, because you should realize that they're fake. That's not how they look, and it's proved. So again, I told you a little bit more about self-esteem, real life examples of people that have been affected by it, and how to not let this happen to you. Because you're valuable. So stay yourself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's give her a round of applause. Okay, now since we are at the end of class, we will start with just a few questions with you tomorrow, and then we'll jump into our speakers.
Can
Okay?
I bring this tomorrow then?
Yes, you may bring that tomorrow. All right, thank you very much. And, hold on to your comment sheets for Natalie. Okay, hold on to your comment sheets. Thank you very much, folks.